4 drowned, 20 rescued in Sokoto Canoe mishap. 2 killed, 7 abducted in Borno by terrorists. Explosion rocks Action People's Party, the APP secretariat in Rivers State. And on the international scene, death toll rises to 21 after landfill site collapses in Uganda's capital. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us in our details. Now, 4 individuals tragically drowned on Sunday after a canoe carrying 35 passengers capsized at Dundai community in Wamakko local government area of Sokoto State. The victims, including 3 women and 4 children, were being ferried to their farms in Gangar Fadama when the incident occurred around 10 a.m. This unfortunate event follows closely on the heels of another boat accident in Zamfara State, where 20 individuals lost their lives while attempting to flee from an attack by bandits. According to the canoe's sailor, the vessel began to sink after some passengers disregarded his warnings and engaged in playful behavior on board. While more than 20 passengers were successfully rescued, 1 body was recovered and 3 individuals remain missing. Due to the heavy rainfall in the area, the rescue operation has been temporarily halted. Nasiru Kalambaina, the special advisor to Governor Ahmed Aliyu, responsible for the State Emergency Management Agency, stated that local divers have been mobilized to search for their missing passengers. This incident marks the first boat mishap recorded in the state this year, although the region has previously faced significant challenges due to the floods affecting various areas. Deputy Governor Idris Gobir visited the site to offer condolences and support to the affected individuals in a scene reminiscent of a similar tragedy that unfolded in Shagari local government area a few years ago, claiming the lives of numerous passengers. Tragedy struck the community of Runjembarmo village in Kajiji district, located in the Shagari local government area of Sokoto State, as 7 members of a single family succumbed to a deadly cassava delicacy. In a communique issued by Nora Bello, the information officer of the State Ministry of Health, the distressing news was confirmed on a Sunday. According to the statement, the village head Muhammad Modi detailed the heart-wrenching incident to the Commissioner for Health, Asabe Balarabe, revealing that the victims had partaken in the contaminated cassava meal during dinner. Government officials swiftly mobilized to the scene to investigate the root cause of the tragedy, with the aim to prompt communication to the authorities for requisite intervention. Commissioner Balarabe announced plans to collect samples from a surviving teenager who had also consumed the tainted cassava dish. Amidst the grim turn of events, Commissioner Balarabe extended her heartfelt condolence to the grief-stricken populace of the affected area, expressing solidarity in the face of this unfortunate loss. Still in Sokoto State, alleged militants are believed to have claimed the lives of 4 Nigerian army soldiers in Gudu local government area of Sokoto State. Reports from sources in the border town of Balle, which serves as the Gudu local government headquarters, indicated that the attackers staged an ambush targeting the army personnel and unleashing gunfire on their moving vehicle. Tragically, 4 soldiers were killed on the spot, with 7 others sustaining varying degrees of injuries. The wounded soldiers are currently receiving medical attention at an undisclosed healthcare facility. It is understood that the assailants also set 2 military vehicles ablaze during the incident. Attempts to secure official confirmation from security agencies have so far been unsuccessful, as both the Nigerian Police Force and the Sokoto Army authorities have yet to issue a statement regarding the attack. 2 individuals lost their lives and 7 passengers were reportedly abducted in separate incident believed to have been carried out by Boko Haram militants along the Maiduguri-Gamboru-Ngala road over the weekend. According to a report by Daily Trust, the insurgents targeted military checkpoints on the route and set fire to commercial vehicles valued at hundreds of millions of naira. These attacks have inflicted significant financial losses on traders and vehicle owners, as the militant frequently pillage goods from vehicles traveling along the road. Ali Abubakar, a commercial driver, highlighted the dire state of the road, which has worsened the situation by providing a conducive environment for the militants to ambush vehicles. He recounted a recent incident on Thursday between Mafa and Dekwa Road, where 2 individuals were killed and their vehicles were looted and set ablaze. A member of the Civilian Joint Task Force in Mafa confirmed that 7 individuals, including the driver of a Desert Land Rover, were abducted by insurgents on Friday between Ajiri and Dekwa. While whereabouts remain unknown, but ongoing efforts are being made to secure their release. Despite attempts to contact the state's police public relations officer, Nahum Kenneth Dasso, for comment, no response was received at the time of this report. The commander of Operation Haɗin Kai, Major General YD Shoaibu, had expressed confidence in achieving significant successes against the adversities and terrorists disrupting peace and socio-economic activities in the Northeast region. He made this statement during the graduation and commissioning of the Theatre Command Training School and the renovation of the Defense Company Transit Complex at Maimalari Cantonment in Maiduguri. General Shaibu emphasized that the Nigerian Army's mandate to protect the nation's sovereignty requires soldiers and officers to maintain a high level of professionalism to achieve better operational outcomes and address counterinsurgency challenges. He also called on Nigerians to cooperate with the Army by sharing intelligence that will aid in ending terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping across the country.
Within the theater, your role is ever more crucial. Your ability to train and mentor others during this West operation will continually contribute to overall success. The knowledge and experience you gain are invaluable assets that will help you to survive in the field and will also help others to lead as well. The soldiers you train will carry the training with them in every mission. They will rely on the skills and knowledge of the imparted on them in moments of great pressure and uncertainty. This is why your role is crucial and why I urge you to maintain the highest standards of professionalism and integrity in everything you do.
Still on security, police in Niger State said that the zonal headquarters of Redeemed Christian Church of God in Kwantagora, Niger State, was burnt as a result of fire incident and not by hoodlums, as earlier alleged. Niger State government, in a statement by the special advisor to the governor on print media, Aisha Wakaso, however, said the church was burnt down by hoodlums, describing the act as efforts to undermine the peace and unity in the state. The spokesperson of the Niger State Police Command, SP Wasiu Abiodun, in a statement said the church was razed down due to the fire incident. A powerful explosion reverberated through the secretariat of the Action People's Party, situated along the GRA axis in the bustling capital of Rivers State, Port Harcourt, on the early hours of Monday morning. According to the reports, the incident transpired at approximately 1 a.m. under the cloak of darkness. While the perpetrators of this shocking act remain unidentified, suspicion points towards the political miscreants orchestrating the mayhem. Eyewitnesses recount that the assailant hauled what is believed to be dynamite into the edifice housing the secretariat, resulting in shattered windows, damaged doors, and destruction of various party assets. This violent event coincides with swirling rumors hinting that the intention of the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, to defect to the Action People's Party alongside his loyal followers. Allegations swell that this move comes in response to alleged control of the People's Democratic Party in the state by the incumbent governor's forerunner and estranged political mentor, Nyesom Wike. It was a tragic day in Umuayala Egbu community of Owerri North local government area of Imo State, as 4 men died on Saturday in a Sokoto pit. An eyewitness account of the incident stated that the Sokoto had been evacuated by the workers on Friday, but the owner complained to the workers of blockages of flow of water. In an attempt to rectify the problem, one of the deceased, who was identified as AK, was said to have entered into the Sokoto pit to remove the cause of the blockage, but could not come out despite efforts to rescue him. The second person, who said to have entered the Sokoto to rescue the earlier person when he got stuck, and the remaining 2 others joined in the rescue efforts, but were also met with the same fate as all the 4 mysteriously died. 10 days after reactions have begun to trail the #NBAD governance in Nigeria protest. In this report, Trust TV interacted with citizens, the civil society and opposition voices to gauge their opinions on the effectiveness of the over 1 week continuous nationwide demonstrations, which took a violent turn in some states. Take a look.
We are hungry! We are hungry!
The nationwide protests are over. However, the questions on the lips of many is whether it yielded the required results. Some residents in the federal capital, Abuja, during their interaction with Trust TV expressed mixed reactions on the outcomes of the mass action.
To me, the protests have no any meaning to me. That's my perspective. I don't see anything because finally the thing is going to end it with the poor masses. Because had him been the president did not say anything about it, I could have said yes, there is any benefit, but the president has shown a lot of concern.
For me, it has not done any positive change because before the protest there has been fuel scarcity and the increase in fuel price, increase in foodstuff in the market, increase of school fees. I listened to the president's speech. It was nothing to write on for me because it did not really answer the question why we came out to protest.
I want to believe that they heard our voices, and I just want to believe that, and also appeal to Nigerians to be patient. Maybe we should give them second chance to see how they respond to the protest. Then, if they don't respond positively, then I think 2027 is just by the corner. Then we vote them out.
They will have no any gain because the security agent not allowed to protest. And we have freedom to protest, but the government not allowed to protest. So we are using this opportunity to beg Mr. President to remove the sausage, to make us to have peace in Nigeria, have rest in Nigeria. Because we are dying, our children are dying for hunger.
I think there's no gain. They've not answered us. We don't see the difference. We are not seeing any changes. We just did protests and we went back home. We were relaxing. Okay, look, okay. They will say, okay, no problem. We'll fix this. This will happen. That will happen. The price of this will come down. The price of this. But we've not even had anything from them.
The hardship is still there, and the fuel, the rate of the fuel is still the same where it is before the protest, and after the protest, the fuel is still the same where it is. Meaning that the presidency has done nothing to stop the protest.
In their responses, Mukhtar Modibo, a transparency and accountability advocate, as well as Segun Shomi, a chieftain in the People's Democratic Party, say the pre-planned nature of the demonstrations gave the government enough time to react, some of which were evident in the body language of the government on the eve of the mass demonstration.
There are a lot of impact before it even started, because it's something that government anticipated, because the date and everything was communicated, and then you could see a lot of changes. I know there have been a lot of difference from that time. To some extent, it has really communicated that the people have the power to do that, and the people sort of have gone out to show their concern. To some extent, that protest has really achieved something.
I have learned not to expect too much from people who do not take advantage of time. That protest was well advertised, and therefore, if they wanted to de-escalate, say things and speak and even act, there was a bit of time. They could have cut some of their privileges. Some of the criminal activities, looting and all of that happened in certain area is also indicative of how those areas need to be better administered and better managed. This are indicative of the fact that a comprehensive reorientation exercise is now due.
The stakeholders, however, had varying submissions on what to expect 10 days after.
It has given young people more time to sit back, reflect on what happened, put up their demands, and see how we can push that demand for government to take the demands serious. The leaders of the protest need to come together, itemize their own demands, and see how they can push the demand for dialogue. And let's see the dialogue and where the dialogue will take us.
Nobody will be allowed to motivate us, instigate us, overwhelm us into destroying our country. We draw that line. We have gotten to a point now where we must now demand more from our local government chairmen and our governors, not necessarily by protest, but by just showing a higher level of interest in how activities are run there, how our funds are done, and the policies and the programs. In a democracy, the day of the ballot is the day of protest. If a government is running a policy and the policy is not working, they still have a right to run it up till the end of their tenure. Since we are not unfeeling, we can get ourselves ready for the next opportunity to vote them, or at least give them the result of how they have ruled us.
As questions around the future of citizens and their demand for government intervention to ease their sufferings rages on, it is left to be seen what becomes of the entire conversation in the coming days, weeks, months, and even years.
This is Trust News Update. Coming up. Due to economic pressure, 63-year-old Benue man makes ends meet selling roasted corn. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us, this is Trust News Update. Let's take a look at our top stories again. 4 drowned, 20 rescued in Sokoto Canoe mishap. And 2 killed, 7 abducted in Borno by terrorists. Moving on to more stories, the National Youth Service Corps management has refuted the spread of what it terms as false and inaccurate information within the media regarding the purported increase of the minimum wage for corps members to 70,000 naira. In an official statement released by Eddie Megwa, the Director of Information and Public Relations for the Corps, it was emphasized that there has been no official communication or directive received from the responsible government authorities to implement a rise in the allowance for Corps members. The statement further clarified that Corps members are well aware of the established communication procedures within the NYSC and are advised to disregard any misleading information in circulation, while urging Corps members to avoid falling victim to manipulative entities seeking to deceive the public. The NYSC maintains its commitment to providing accurate and reliable updates to its members. It is noteworthy that in 2020, the NYSC had previously increased the allowances for the Corps member from 19,800 to 33,000, following the approval of a new minimum wage bill pegged at 30,000. It is uncommon to see an elderly man in Nigeria engaging in the roasted corn selling trade. However, in the capital city of Makurdi, Benue State, a 63-year-old man defies this norm. In a conversation with Trust TV's Jimmy Adzande, he shares his passion for the business and his determination to continue thriving in it. The report.
The man, Godwin Chaga, may have been around for a while in the city of Makurdi, but not many have encountered him. Today, his choice of roasted corn business has made him popular in Benue State and beyond. Proudly called International Barber, he dresses smartly before settling into his business for each day.
Why I go into this business is because I have passion. I have passion for maize. I like roasted maize. Particularly, I like it. I used to buy it and eat. Then instead I said, then let me be doing it myself and be marketing it for my whole staff and the students. The economy, the market is very difficult now, because before we used to buy this bag of corn 3,000, 4,000, but now it's 18,000, 19,000, and even 20,000. When you buy it, you can't make enough profit because of the cost, because it is costly. You can sometimes I used to say 22,000. Sometimes I used to say 25. Highest 25.
He says he loves the business. That is why he's been proactive and innovative to maximize profit.
If I have resources, I will farm the corn by myself, and then I will taking it from my farm and be marketing it instead of buying from the middleman. When farmers brought it, bring it from the farm, the middleman used to take from them and say to us, we don't buy directly to the farmers. That's the problem.
Because of the influx of customers to his stand on a daily basis, sometimes his daughter comes around to lend him a helping hand. She is proud of her father and urges young people to emulate his example.
In business, for 5 years now I've been doing it. So my advice to them that they should find something doing. Actually, they should be doing some kind of things that will make them, at least they have some money to do what they want to do.
Let them have passion on one thing they like and then continue to do it instead of just roaming about.
Baba is jovial and accommodating to his customers, who are never disappointed coming to patronize him. One of the customers told Trust TV that he saw the man on social media and decided to see things for himself.
And I saw a week ago, Wamakko posted him how that he's selling, and so having finished from a football pitch, I said let me pass and see. And I can see that he's indeed selling. Now I decided to buy with him. Such an expert seller. And that was very interesting. In the way he attended to me, he spoke very jovial, very customary, and that's interesting. He's good at that.
In Benue State, particularly among the Tiv people, it is rare to see a man of Baba's age in business, let alone saddling roasted corn. He said taking up this business is partly to enable him meet up with the challenges of economic downturn in Nigeria at the moment, adding that this should be an encouragement to residents who are probably not doing enough to cope with the rising cost of commodities and services. Jimmy Azande, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, said it has reimbursed 82.36% of the customers of the defunct Heritage Bank with deposits below the 5 million naira maximum insured deposit. Disclosing this in a statement on Sunday, the Director Communications and Public Affairs, NDIC, Bashir Nuhu, said that this was achieved through the use of BVN-linked alternate accounts of the customers of the defunct bank. He said the corporation began the payment of the insured deposit of 5 million naira maximum per depositor within a record time of 4 days of the bank closure. According to him, this was achieved using bank verification number as a unique identifier to locate depositors' alternate accounts in other banks. He added that the NDIC has commenced a debt recovery process and realization of investments and physical asset of the defunct bank to generate funds to ensure timely reimbursement of customers with deposit of above the 5 million naira insured deposit. Away from Nigeria, a tragic incident unfolded in the heart of Uganda's bustling capital, Kampala, as a massive landfill site succumbed to forces of nature, claiming the lives of at least 21 individuals, with feared mounting for additional casualties. The devastating collapse of the Kitezi landfill on Friday evening resulted in 14 others sustaining injuries, amplifying the scale of the humanitarian crisis that ensued. According to Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesperson Patrick Onyango, the retrieval of 21 deceased victims from the landfill landslide underscored the magnitude of the tragedy that struck the Kitezi landfill. Situated on a precarious incline within an impoverished neighborhood, the landfill serves as a grim reminder of the stark realities faced by marginalized communities where vulnerable women and children scavenge for plastic waste in pursuit of livelihood. The perilous proximity of residential structures to the landfill further compounds concerns over public safety, prompting long-standing calls for the relocation of waste disposal sites outside the city limits. That's why deliberations dating back to 2016 on transitioning to larger, more secure waste management facilities, the tangible progress towards implementation has remained elusive, evoking questions over the systemic failures that perpetrate such vulnerabilities.
These dead bodies include children, women, and men. They have all been taken to City Mortuary for postmortem, and thereafter we are going to hand over the dead bodies to the families for a decent burial. There are families who are at a risk-prone area, which we have done assessment. Those families temporarily, we have requested them to leave their homes and go to a temporary shelter that has been set up by Uganda Red Cross and the Office of the Prime Minister.
And finally, in sports, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated the Tigers coach Rena Wakama on her recognition as the best coach of women's basketball at the Paris 2024 Olympics. President Tinubu, in a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Nglale, states that the recognition of Wakama by the International Basketball Federation, FIBA, further ascends her well-established leadership qualities and dedication to excellence. The president commends the team, the coach, and all those who played a part in the unprecedented feat at the Olympics, and joining them not to relent, but to remain resilient and determined for greatness. President Tinubu affirms that winning trophies and medals is the ultimate goal in competitive sport, but nothing trumps the place of good sportsmanship, discipline, and sacrifice shown by all those who held the Nigerian flag at the Olympic Games. The Nigerian women's basketball team, the Tigers, put up a spectacular performance at the Olympics, becoming the first African basketball team to play in the quarterfinals of the Olympic Games. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.